it's been some time now since I've pulled myself together in terms of my diet, because Feeding Frenzy does put us into a frenzy of tasting, savoring and bringing to you all the honest opinion. But honestly, I've come to the conclusion that I do need a break from all these rich foods, so I'm heading over to the east for the taste of the Orient. Now hopefully I burn up those calories with lots and lots and lots of green tea. And no 2 words later, I was inside the 3rd floor restaurant called Chinatown, just off of bustling Arke Salai Road. Walk inside and you are welcome to plush interiors, spelling Chinese in all forms. From the brightly coloured lampshades delicately hanging over your table, to the wooden chairs engraved with Chinese symbols, or even the tiny curios placed on the display shelves.
In fact, Chinatown, this is the 27th year we are celebrating. In fact, we are having the same cuisine what we have started 27 years back. And the most interesting thing is the same family who had, the chefs who had made the food, the same family, the next generation is taken over now with the guidance from their elders. So that is what is the best thing about the cuisine. And second thing, we have not changed much on the menu. The menu is the same, except we added some items like the hot pot and the steamboat and kind of things. Other than that, the menu is the same, like what you had eaten 25 years back. You get the same kind of food, same quantity. And a lot of customers who comes here, they get a nostalgic feeling of like being in their younger time. They come to the restaurant and kind of thing. So now they come with their next generation and come and enjoy the food. So we wanted to pass on this one to the next generation also, so that we would like to see the grandfather sitting with the son and the great son and grandson and sitting and having the food in our restaurant.
Ravi, the manager of this quaint little Chinese haven, tells me they place high emphasis on service. Of course, with impeccable manners like this gentleman, it's rather hard not to take his advice when it comes to ordering from this mammoth book of dishes. Well, I think I'm going to take the healthy menu today. So starting my meal off, I'm going to have a dim sum and a steamboat. Invented as a pit stop snack that was eaten while consuming green tea, the dim sum has come a long way from the dusty highways of the Silk Route to the dining tables of the Chinese. Eaten as a snack after a workout or at any given time of day, this delicious steamed snack is a great way to keep you full without stuffing you up. Now the outer end casing of the dim sum is thin and it's not soggy, which is what happens most times when you have dim sum outside, that they over steam it. Now I'm having a combination of the vegetable and the chicken dim sum, but the flavors, they linger on for me because of these 3 sauces. I have the chili, the sweet and the mustard sauce. Now it's such a perfect way to start your meal, and the best part, it goes with my green tea really well. Not much time to rub my belly in contentment, for my steamboat had arrived. This make-it-yourself soup/main course of sorts was a perfect assortment of prawns, fish, chicken, fresh vegetables like broccoli and carrots, spinach even. They were all waiting to be soaked into the flavorful broth. Now the Chinese have rules to dining and eating. Now the renowned philosopher Confucius was also famous for his style of cooking and dining. Now he believed that when you're eating, you should have it in company, and when you're having food, you must eat it with chopsticks. Now speaking of company, the steamboat happens to be a very good option when you are having company. Well, I am alone today, but I'm going to finish this whole thing. Now as for the chopsticks, well, Mr. Confucius, sorry, but I'm not going to use the chopsticks because my chopstick skills are still a little rusty. So I'm opting out of that and I'm just going to use some regular cutlery. As Ravi helped to put in a few cubes of meat, a generous helping of all the vegetables on offer, and some amount of seafood, I could almost feel myself healing by the purity of this dish. So fresh, so full of flavor, but only a piece of China. There was a lot more to come. You know, one of the things I really like about going to different places is the fact that you can try a variety of foods with exotic names and exotic ingredients. Now, one such dish that I'm trying out is called the lotus seed conginaro. And surprisingly, this happens to be a starter that not many people have taken notice of. Almost resembling cheese balls, these golden nuggets of sweet and spicy seeds were crunchy and had no seedy taste. I personally recommend this for the kids. They'll sure enjoy these crispy little fellows. Now, I read this funny expression of the Chinese. Now, they say that the Chinese will eat anything that has 4 legs except a table and anything that flies except an airplane. Well, there's no need to feel all mesmerized about the odd names over here because Chinatown plays it safe. Now, to finish up my diet-conscious meal, I am going to be having a sapo. The sopa, a traditional Chinese recipe, is nothing but a simple homemade gravy with star anise, of course, served up with steamed rice. I was having a chicken sopa. This simple yet delicious recipe was my favorite through my courses, and it stood out for me simply because of the clay vessel in which it was cooked. Now, I just love cooking in earthenware. There's something about it just feeling like you're so close to nature. Now, as for this particular dish, it really tastes so good, and it's probably because of the porous nature in this pot. Now, the flavors are nothing like a steamboat. It's really nice, and the flavor, the pungent flavor and that very strong flavor comes from the fact of the star anise. If you thought my meal was not as satisfying for you as it was for me, then why not try the larger favorites like the haikum soup made with crab, and for the main course a vegetable noodles and a vegetable side dish. And with the kind insistence of Ravi, it will be hard to resist the deep fried ice cream balls for dessert. These crispy coconut coated molten balls of ice cream are just waiting to be eaten. To wrap up my meal in one line, I'd say take the cold ice cream of life, wrap it into a thin sheet of pleasure and deep fry it until it's just crispy enough to enjoy. Now, if you enjoyed watching Feeding Frenzy this week and you'd like to be part of the show or win yourself coupons to the places we go to, answer the competition question. Now, until next week, remember, keep life just crisp enough to enjoy.
Now's the time for the Feeding Frenzy contest. Where did the method of stir-fried originate? A. India, B. China, or C. Mexico? Send in your answers to feedback@ndtv-hindu.com. Until next week, keep enjoying the spirit of Christmas.